And if you're like me, you put people before yourself all the time and you forget about yourself. I'm a very selfless person, and I'm sure a lot of people are too, but there's sometimes you got to be selfish for yourself and make sure that you're taking care of yourself and make sure that you're setting up your life accordingly, because everyone will gone and left you and you'll just sit here, just have drink tea. You have to, get up and, make sure that your life is moving accordingly and that you are how I look at our lives. I look at our lives like,
hello, everyone. Dondre Homer here. Welcome to the DHomerRealEstate podcast, where the focus is to make real estate, personal finance, and self-development digestible, fun, and relatable to everyone. I would appreciate it if you like, comment, subscribe, download, write a review, tell your auntie, uncle, brother, cousin, or sister about it, where we're able to, help our community grow. Today, we don't have a special guest. You know what I'm saying? Today we have my queen. Today we have the woman who has changed my life in many ways. Someone who's, I guess, the better half of me, the mother of my son. And not only just the mother of my son, but my wife, Janel Homer. What's popping, baby?
wow.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh. You know what, Bunny? All right. And the interview done. Because I already can tell how this is going to go. Oh my gosh. Anyways, whatever. How was your day?
It's good. I was with you. I've been with you,
all day. Well, as you may know, before we actually get into the interview, I ask icebreaker questions. It's 3 questions just to get to know. No pressure. Yeah, just to get to know you. I want the listeners to get to know you a little bit more. All right. Okay. So, since you are in this industry, I want you to tell us your worst hairstyle ever.
That I've done?
No, that you've had.
That a client wanted?
No. The worst hairstyle that you've had on your head top.
On myself?
Yeah.
I went through a phase of thinking I can rock every color. So I did like that blue, green. Don't do me like this. I did like a blue, green. I did a pink. Like I actually had someone comment under my pictures, like, what are you doing?
Yo,
what exactly are you doing?
You know what's funny? When I was writing this question, that color popped in my head.
Don't do me like this. But yes, because I do hair, I'm a colorist and stuff. I always wanted to try different colors and just experimenting with a whole bunch of different colors. And I thought that I was the baddest thing and that I could do any color. So, yeah.
Was that like aqua? I don't even know what that was, but
we can call it that.
It was interesting.
Something like that.
Whew, that was funny. Thank you so much for that. The second question now is, not just you, we are foodies. If you can try any food, what would it be?
See, that's a hard thing because I'm a texture person. If the texture looks off, I don't want to have it. Avocado, not trying that. Eggplant, not trying that.
Oh, nah, no one eats eggplant. I don't know if you knew this, but if you eat eggplant, in certain cultures, is actually a devil ritual.
Honestly, I believe it. I believe it because that don't look right.
No, nasty.
But I am trying out the seafood and stuff, so maybe something in that area. No clams though. No clams.
I hear that. As you guys have heard, she's trying out seafood. She's not really a seafood individual. And I understand it. I am, but not to the extent as like a mukbang person. You know what I'm saying? So I hear you. And the last question, this is a little bit more deeper.
Oh my gosh.
Lot of water. Is what piece of advice would you share with your younger self?
Oh my gosh. It's actually your past guest, Sasha, said it, and it just, saying no. People know me as the person who says yes to everything. And I find that people abuse who I was because they know that I would say yes, to the point where they would stop asking me. Like, I've had like jobs that would just put me in certain roles to do things that wasn't my regular role. And because I've said yes a few times, they're like, I don't have to ask her anymore. I already know what she's going to say. So I feel like I had it abused a lot, to the point where, they just stop asking me. But now your girl says no. It's my favorite word. No.
I love it. Well, thank you for participating in the icebreaker questions. Now I want to give you the floor and to tell everyone, a little about who you are, and to formally introduce yourself as Janel Sharice.
I can't. It's your girl. No, I'm joking. One thing, Kate, before I start, what I will say, I don't have lashes on, so people don't judge me, please. Don't judge me. I look like a naked mole rat right now. But, I try to look a lip color. I try to look a foundation, but there is no lashes. So first and foremost, do not judge me. So yes, I am Janel Sharice Homer. I am his wife and mother to his one son, but of course there will be many in the near future. I am a hairstylist. I've been a hairstylist for almost 8 years now. I am, what else? You heard my truck?
This is gonna be fun. Continue.
Yes. Anyways, yeah, I'm a hairstylist. I've been a hairstylist for 8 years. I am a baker. First Bite cheesecake cupcakes. So if you are a cheesecake lover, I'm your girl. I am. What else I do? I am a mortgage agent. I also do branding on Instagram. So hit me up at Laneige Branding. So I think it's _Laneige Branding. But yeah, that's me.
Okay. I love it. So today's topic is going to be we're going to be discussing embracing your evolution. I think it's safe to say that the people that we are now, we're not the same people that we were before. And I'm really looking forward to this conversation, because I just feel like a lot of entrepreneurs that I speak with, this is a topic that people touch on a lot. All right, but before we actually dive into it and embracing our evolution, or your evolution, I'm sure people would love to know the roots of you. So I'd love for you to share a little bit about yourself, your background, where you come from, your childhood, because again, as you mentioned, cheesecake cupcakes, First Bite cheesecake cupcakes.
That's why I'm a tick. I eat a lot of them.
You have Janel Sharice hair, Laneige market branding, and the big boy, Janel Sharice mortgages. So again, share a little bit about your background, where you come from, and how's your childhood?
Wow, that's a lot to unpack, but in short timing, I was never an entrepreneur. I'm not saying I didn't have no morals, but like I would just go with the flow, whatever it is. I wasn't thinking about, what are ways for me to make money. I was just boring, very, 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 very boring. My childhood, it was just me and my sister. We're 6 years apart. I had both of my parents as I grew up, and I'm thankful for that. And yeah, everything was just mediocre. Everything I did was mediocre. I never thought of myself as of more than, or I could achieve certain things in my life, that I can go after what I want to go after in my life. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty sad. It sounds pretty dark, but that's exactly what it was. Yeah, I had self-esteem issues, self-confident issues, all of that stuff that, that some women go through.
Want a hug?
Anyways, yeah, that's how it was. I went to college for social service working. I don't know. And yeah, that didn't work out. I wasn't able to disconnect myself from the case studies that we were doing. And I would come home and I was just distraught from everything and listening to like live, like not live, but like real 911 calls and all that stuff from like young kids calling, trying to escape abuse and all this stuff. So it was too much for me. And I'm a person who has a really, really big heart. So it was kind of hard for me to hear that and then be like, okay, let me just do what I have to do.
To be straight face and
exactly. Just be like kind of not cold hearted, but kind of cold hearted, you know?
Yeah, just understand that's a job.
Exactly. Not taking it personal. So it got to a point where it was just too much for me mentally. And I dropped out of that program. And then my mom's like, shout out to my mom, because she's the reason why I'm a hairstylist right now. But she's like, why don't you go to hair school?
Sorry. Hi, Mom.
Why don't you go to hair school? Why don't you just, try that out? You do hair all the time. You do all your friends and family's hair. So you might as well, try to make this a career. So I went to hair school, and like halfway in it, I got a job at a hair salon and I worked there, and, just skyrocketed from there to now I'm a senior stylist. And yeah, just growing in the hair industry, because that's something that's always evolving. But yeah, that was me.
Interesting. So you said that you were never an entrepreneur. Like, was entrepreneurship ever taught in the house? Because you just said that your mom kind of said, "Hey, get into the hair industry," but was it ever spoken about, like entrepreneurship and things of that nature?
I won't say it was taught in the house. More so just having something and having stability. That's what was taught in the house. My father had a business, but of course, life happened, so it wasn't something that he continued.
Mhm.
But I guess it could have been his drive and seeing him, being an entrepreneur at that time when I was younger. It stuck with me, and it's something that I probably one reason why I consider myself like the black sheep of my family, because the way that my brain was, it was wired differently. So once that happened, I was like, yes, I got to figure out how can I be an entrepreneur as well. Um, but yes, it wasn't something that was taught in the home.
Okay, so I guess it was something that you saw. You saw, I guess, the trials of things, and then it was kind of like pushed to the side. Um, and then I guess something, rekindled or lit that fire.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to know, like, so what was that shift? Like, where did that shift actually come from? Where that spark got lit? Where you wanted, like, you know what? Hey, I want to become an entrepreneur. This is it.
Well, I think as I got older, and of course with meeting you, and I know a lot of people, they kind of know this story of, when I met you and just seeing how of an entrepreneur you were and how you wanted to, um, like you were just a go-getter and very, very determined to, work for yourself and not, work for anybody else. That wasn't an inspiration to me. Because like I said, like I didn't have like there wasn't much thoughts going in my head, and just seeing you and just seeing like your mentality and how you had that paradigm shift, like it inspired me to, step up my game and become an entrepreneur, because like we're in this together, we're married, and I wanted us to like build our empire together. I didn't want you just holding up that weight, so that's why I wanted to become an entrepreneur, and I love it.
Well, one, I appreciate it. I've had people, say that, but
go little rock star.
Wow, too much TikTok. Yeah. But what's it called? Yeah, I appreciate that. Again, I always seen it in you as well, and I guess you just need that push.
Yeah, you saw it before I did.
Yeah, no, for sure. I always seen it again because you have that mentality of like once something is like once your brain triggers, like it's go time, it's go time. So it's like once you just need to find what will pull it, if you hear what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So but I'm curious to know now, like again, as my wife, you get to see the inside scoop. So you get to see the good, the bad, the ugly.
Child.
You get to see the days where I want to give up. You get to see the days when the bank account's low. You know what I'm saying? You see everything. So my question to you is, I was like, watching how difficult my journey has been, what enticed you to still consider getting into the entrepreneurial world, especially seeing how difficult this was? And also you said earlier that stability was taught in the home. Being an entrepreneur is not stable. Like you don't know when your next check is going to be. You don't know.
Risky.
Yeah, it's very, very risky, right? And so I'm curious to know like what still got you to pursue knowing the challenges?
I think like it all ties down to you and back to you, and you didn't give up. Even when you wanted to give up, you still didn't give up. And I think because I have that mentality, and Dondre knows, DHomer Real Estate knows that I do not give up. I do not give up. I just keep going. Like if like I'm crawling to the next destination, as long as I have some way to get there, I'm gonna get there. So yeah, it was just seeing your determination of you just not giving up. And it's like, yeah, if your mentality is like that, my mentality is like that, this is something that we can both run with. So yeah, that's the reason why.
I love it. Now, is there anything that you would have done differently going into it?
Yeah, not letting my fear stop me. The fear of failing, the fear of people saying no, the fear of, people not taking to me because of my personality, because I can be a little much sometimes. But yeah, it's like, I wish I stepped out of fear and just, ran with it, because I feel like I would have been a lot more farther in life if I just, took that leap of faith when I was scared, instead of, trying to limit myself.
Okay. I spoke with this with my sister, and I'm curious to know, like, why is it that fear holds us back so much? Like, why do we make fear really and truly like keep us bottled up in into that comfort zone? What are your thoughts when it comes to fear? Like why do you feel like fear has such a huge impact on our lives?
Well, I would say it depends on how you look at it. If you are coming from a faith-based standpoint, um, fear is I would say one of the bondages that holds a lot of people, because, the enemy knows what you're capable of.
Hey, Robo Shatari.
Someone come get him, please.
Continue.
Come get him. Yeah, the enemy knows what you're capable of and knows what God has planned for you. So if he's able to put fear in you, to limit you and to kind of make you stagnant so you don't grow, then he's won. So yeah.
Come on, wife, you're speaking. Shut up. I love it. So like now my question to you is like, what tips would you give someone, trying to get into this entrepreneur world and trying to I guess decide to take that leap of faith? What tips would you give, someone like that?
And I think we just touched on it. When you have fear, there's going to be fear when you are doing new things, but sometimes you got to be uncomfortable to be moved to your next destination. And I was thinking about this yesterday, and it's like fear and all the negative stuff, they all play in the same playground, but you still have to push through and just look at the bigger picture. Because if you're fearing what, what is the fear? The fear that people, like I said, with me, I was fearful that people would say no. I was fearful that people would, not take to me because of my personality and all that stuff. But it's like, who cares?
The uncertainty. The uncertainty is scary. Like, again, I could say the same thing. Like, I mean, I look back at myself, like, what am I doing being a real estate agent? And the fear, again, me not knowing enough, or me, again, my personality, because for some people who know me, this boy's a clown, you know what I'm saying? But then some people who don't know me, be like, who's this big black man, straight face mean mug? You know what I'm saying? So it's again, those fears, I guess, played a part on me. And then again, you encouraged me a lot. I can be honest. And then you said that you got this. Like, you really helped me have that confidence in myself. That's one thing I did lack for sure, is confidence. And I'm still growing, because there's some people in the industry that are just, hello, my name is Bob. Like, people who just,
they're Pope don't stink.
Yeah, they're Pope don't stink. They don't put pants on one leg at a time. You know what I'm saying? No. And it's like, it's just uncomfortable. I won't say it's not that I'm afraid or intimidated. It's just uncomfortable, because I'm like, I already know what this is going to be.
But another thing though is, when you are ever trying to evolve in life, having a good support system. And that doesn't mean just family. Like, you can make your own family, which we've done, and we have a great support system around us.
When you guys see this, you already know who you are.
You already know who you are. And yeah, like, who have encouraged us and lift us up and pray for us and make sure that, that we are all accountability partners, which is good. Because there can be times when you want to give up and you have that person who will be able to lift you up that time and, give you that encouragement to help you to keep going. So I feel like we both been that for each other. There's times when, you want to give up and you don't have the strength to go on, or I don't have the strength to go on, and we're able to kind of be the backbone for each other when we need to. So that's very, very important when you are trying to evolve in life, because there's going to be times when you're very, very uncomfortable and you may want to give up, and you may be just going through it mentally. But like I said, having that person or having people around you that can be your accountability partner and can see where you're going and see your vision will definitely help the process along the way.
I love it. And I'm happy that we were able to find those people and again be those people for each other, because again, it's tough. This entrepreneurial world is tough. And, shout out to Shaq. He says like, it sounds sexy. You know what I'm saying? It sounds sexy. It sounds all glamorous.
Exactly. Be your own boss. And people, they love to big that up. Be your own boss. But yeah, not working 9 to 5 anymore. No, you're working 24/7.
Exactly.
Like it's not easy. It's not easy at all.
24/7.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So like moving on to the next segment. As mentioned, this episode is all about embracing your evolution. And again, I don't think people take this into consideration before diving in. And every single time I talk to people, entrepreneurs now, and seeing how they're, how they were evolved, and people may not have, I guess, cannot forget of the person that they were in the past, right? So that's something that's really big. And I want to ask you, like, what experience have you encountered with that, where like people that you grew up with or people you've encountered in the past will only remember you as Janel, Charisse, and your maiden name, like.
With me, I will say with my family, I'm not the youngest. I have a very, very big extended family, but I'm always viewed as the baby, no matter how big I get. Yeah. So I think with a lot of people, they just have that one view of you, and it's hard for them to like realize that you've grown up. And friends, like people who grew up with me, they like my mentality and who I was as a person, that hasn't really changed. I've always been told that I'm mature for my age. I'm like an old soul and all that stuff. So I've always had that type of personality and mentality. But with the entrepreneur side, that is totally new. But I think because of the person that I was, kind of helped them to trust me more when I said, okay, I'm starting a business and I need business. So that definitely helped me when I wanted to step out into this world.
I like that. So like how does one but how does one, I guess, navigate through that journey of evolving, knowing that some people may not respect their growth? I think you kind of said it, but I want you to, I guess, say it again. Like, how does someone, I guess, navigate through that?
You say when they don't respect their growth?
Yeah, like, so let's say, for example, like your parents, like, or not specifically your parents, but someone's parents who may not, I guess, respect their growth and their evolution. How do you help someone navigate that?
I would say, a lot of people have opinions. I'm a lot of people. Everybody has opinions, and there's some people that feel like they need to share it with you in regards to your life and what you do. But you have to remember that, just because they have an opinion doesn't mean like that's set out for you and you have to go that way. If you have a vision, or if God gave you a vision of something that that's on your heart, or where you see yourself in the future, whether it's career wise or, like development wise, development. Yeah, I said it right. Yeah, like what you're supposed to be doing, and sometimes people, they don't see the vision in you. Sometimes they don't. So that's what limits what they say to you and their opinion. because what they see, and they only see you how you are now, and they don't see the person you can evolve to. That's what their opinion is towards. So it's just, if you gotta shut them out, cover your ears and whatever, pick them off like lint and dash them, then you have to do that, because we only have one life. Life is short, so we got to make sure that we're living to the fullest and living out our purpose, because we all have a purpose in this world, whether it's to be a helping hand, whether it's to serve, whether it's whatever it is. But yeah, just being who you were set out to be, and who God has planned you to be, and just living out the visions and purpose of your life, and just ignoring the people, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's strangers, whoever, and just doing what you got to do.
And my question next was going to ask, like, why do people have that perception, or why do people have a hard time shifting their perception on you? But you answered it. Like, some people just are so gung-ho of who you were or what you have done.
And also they because they're stuck at a certain place, they feel like everyone has to be there too. You can't elevate because I'm here.
It's like jealousy.
It can be. It definitely can be, but I feel like maybe it's subconscious type of thing going on.
People don't pay attention to it.
People do not pay attention to it. And that's why, being self-aware and self-reflecting is very important, because sometimes you are spewing you are spewing negativity because of what you're facing in life. When people say that bullied people bully people, it's because of what's happening to them. They're spewing onto someone else because they're hurt or whatever the case may be. So sometimes it's because they're limited in their own life and they feel like everyone else needs to be limited too. Just take what you need to take from certain opinions, but just remember that they are not your life. And because of what they said does not mean that's going to be your future.
Okay, motivational speaker. Look at you.
I'm trying to do something.
Look at you. So I guess onto the next segment. I was watching a podcast, Jazz Qatar podcast, and he was interviewing another real estate investor, Gary Hibbert. But by the way, gentlemen, if you guys ever see this, you guys are inspirational to me, and love you guys. But Gary Hibbert said a quote that like lit the light bulb in my head, and I'm gonna quote it for you, where he says, "Make the goal to become a millionaire, not for the money, but for the person you'll become to achieve it." And I believe it was from Jim Rohn. I don't know who that is, but that's the person that said that. Why do you think it's, I guess, like inevitable that when someone is striving for something, they become different?
I feel like, and I even see that with myself too, and with you, and it's like when you want to evolve to a next level or next season of your life, like you can't be the same person you were to a new level. Like it doesn't correlate. You have to gain different habits, different mentality, like just different things that you do. And if you ever read articles or anything of how to be a millionaire, like they're waking up mad early to start their day,
like 5 o'clock in the morning,
exactly, or even earlier. Or even earlier. That's not something that they want to do, just because. If it was regular Brad, he's not waking up. He's not waking up until 1 p.m.
Don't do that. Don't do Brad like that. Brad, don't worry. She's not coming after you.
If there's a Brad watching this, I'm not, pointing at you. I'm just saying, I just use your name as an example. But it's like when you want to evolve to something new, you got to become something new. So that's my take on that.
Okay. Now on that note, is it that you are becoming someone different, or I guess people are treating you differently, like as you're evolving? Like, yes, you're adopting new habits, but the person that you are you truly changing because you're adopting new habits, or is it people start to treat you different or start to look at you differently?
Is both.
Okay.
You are adopting new habits, so you are becoming a new person because your mentality is changing. It's not the same. If you're into like physical as well, like working out and keeping yourself healthy to make sure you're keeping up with your body and making you're feeding your body with good things as you do with your mental. Once people start seeing that you're not about the foolishness no more and you are evolving, they will start treating you differently. We've both had people in our lives kind of just step back because they realize the evolution.
Okay.
Is that the word?
Yeah, evolution.
Sorry, guys.
Evolving.
Yeah. They realized that we were evolving. They realized that there is a start of an evolution with our lives. So they kind of just step back and it's like, hey guys, how are you? Whatever, because either they're not ready to make those uncomfortable moves or who knows. But yeah.
No, but it is true. I've experienced that. You just, since I don't know, since like forever. Like I just seen like certain people just fade away, and it's not. It's kind of sad a little bit because again, I thought that we were gonna be
ride or die forever,
right? And then you just see that
and sometimes they fall off by themselves. It's not even like anything happened, but like if you are here and they are here and they want to stay there, then it's like you're not going to come bring me down. It's either you're coming up with me or you're going to fall off. There's only two options that you have. Either you come up with me or you fall off. That's it.
That reminds me of I was watching an interview with Snoop Dogg, and I think he was interviewing it's either Wiz Khalifa, ASAP Rocky, one of these guys, and he talks about the gap or like closing the gap. And he says like when you're starting off, everything's at the same level field, the same playing field, right? And then as you start to elevate, it's just like what you said, you start to elevate, the gap gets wider and you guys start to separate. Now, the only way to close that gap is one, if you bring yourself down. Exactly. But if you bring yourself down, you lose, you lose, right? So the only way to close the gap is if they come up and that's something that is, I guess, I really try to play in my head constantly because I understand that, okay, you know what? I'm not there yet. And I don't want people to understand, like, listen to how we're speaking and be like, oh, they've made it. No. We are adapting habits and we are pushing forward. That's all we're doing. And we're going through the journey. That's the best way I guess I can say it. And another thing that just popped in my head as I was speaking, this past weekend, I was with a friend of mine, and he's an older gentleman. He's an OG to me, and he was saying how like being focused, depending on your position or how you're looking at me, can come off as like an a-hole. So, for example, it's like if I have my blinders on, and I'm just looking directly. If you're trying to talk to me and you're trying to say stuff to me, I can't see you. So you're talking, you're going on and on and on, but I can't see you. I'm just so focused on the goal at hand. To you, I may come across as an a-hole. But if you're in this, my vision, you just can see that I'm focused. So that those are just two things that came to my mind when you were saying that, and I love it. Again, you might have to add a motivational speaker just now.
Oh god.
But we are going to wrap up soon. I just have a final question, and in the beginning of every episode and at the end of every episode, I say that the DHomer Real Estate podcast the goal is to make real estate, personal finance, and self-development digestible, fun, and relatable to everyone. Mrs. Homer, my final question to you is, what are a few tips you can give someone who is elevating and evolving, but doesn't want to let go of their past or comfort zone?
Okay. Y'all look at me.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
Y'all look at me. In order for you to evolve, you're going to have to let go of the past. That is baggage that you can't bring with you. You know how much easier and lighter you'll feel if you're moving into a new season, not worrying about, past things that have happened. So that's one. You got to let that go. Being uncomfortable, that's going to happen, but it's for a reason, and it's going to help you elevate to the person that you need to be. There's certain things that happen in seasons that are not comfortable for you that will build you up. There's a lot of things that happened in my life that I
sorry,
you have a lot of burp in you.
Yo, it's the water.
There's a lot of things that happened in my life that was, of course, not the easiest, super, super negative, but it showed me how strong I am and the strength that I have, and how determined I can be when I really want to see myself in a different position. So yeah, like, you're gonna be uncomfortable, but it's not the end all be all, like you always say. So just push through, and yourself, and the vision, and you know where you want your future to be. So just have that faith in you, no matter how small it is. Take that little small faith at the size of a mustard seed and run with it, because that small mustard seed, it will grow, and that will help you to move to your next stage in life. Every stage of your life is going to come with you being uncomfortable, and it's going to come with sacrifice. It's going to come with a sacrifice.
Speak on it.
It's going to come with a sacrifice. So if you're trying to hold on to people in your past, because you guys been friends since little poop diaper, you're going to have to let them go if it's needed. If they're evolving with you, same mentality, like, yes, I'm a go-getter, I want to just elevate in my life, then you keep them along. But when you guys are moving like this, and all of a sudden you're going up here and they're still there, and they're going lower, you got to make that sacrifice. You got to make that sacrifice. Sometimes you got to be selfish for you. And if you're like me, you put people before yourself all the time, and you forget about yourself. I'm a very selfless person, and I'm sure a lot of people are too, but there's sometimes you got to be selfish for yourself, and make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and make sure that you're setting up your life accordingly, because everyone will gone and left you, and you'll just sit here, just have drink tea. You have to, get up and, make sure that your life is moving accordingly, and that you are, how I look at our lives like an orange or like a lemon. Squeeze out as much juice and all the juice in that orange till it becomes dry. Use up everything, every talent that you have, your passion, whatever. Just live your life to the fullest. And along the way, when there's roadblocks or whatever the case may be, and you're uncomfortable, or there's a time where you have to sacrifice something, just let it go. Let it go. Just let it go, so that you're able to move on and be the best person that you can be.
Look at my wife, y'all. Look at my wife. I'm not gonna lie. Just hearing you speak, it's heartwarming. It's very like encouraging. Again, it's encouraging. It's like, I now have the confidence. I always have the confidence, but it's like you consistently, like, hearing you speak like this consistently reminds me that, you know what, big things are popping.
Yeah.
And little things.
Yeah. And I tell you all the time too.
Shout out to T.I.
And I tell you all the time too, you are doing big things, and you may not see what you're able to do, or maybe you might have like be hesitant of, is real estate for me? Is it not for me? Like, what exactly should I be doing right now? But it's like, you're a bomb realtor. You're going to be the top realtor in GTA. Know that.
I appreciate it.
No, did you guys hear me though? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, guys, this is, first of all, for the men. Get yourself a wife that supports you. Trust me. It's the greatest thing ever. I'm gonna keep it at that before I cry. So I'm joking. So that's it. I feel like right there you just dropped a bomb, and we just leave it at that. Let that marinate for a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? And maybe next season you can come back. But do you have any socials? Anything that you want to shout out? Anything you want to drop? for the people them, so they know where to reach you and to book you for your speaking engagements and stuff like that?
I can't. Low-key, if you do want me, I'm your girl. But yeah, I have a lot of socials, but
start with one first.
Yeah, my mortgage is Janel X Cherise. That's Janel X Sherise. I'm, like I said, I'm also a baker. We deliver all over GTA. So if you're not a cheesecake lover, I can make you a cheesecake lover. I promise. First Bite cheesecake cupcakes. And then I also do branding. So that's graphic designs, wedding and occasion stationaries, logos, content creation, social media management, and that is Laneige branding. What else I have? And hair. If girls and guys, if you have long hair,
see the bangs, the not that bang, not bang, not bang.
If you guys, sorry. If you guys need a bomb blowout, I'm out in Mississauga.
And she means hair.
If you guys need your hair blown out, that's all I'm trying to say. If you need your hair blown out, I'm your girl. I am Janel Cherise Hair on Instagram. But be on the lookout. I'm doing big things this year. This is my year. I'm in my bag. Stay tuned.
Amen. And also, I just want to say this. The cheesecakes, that's all me. The camera's right here.
Here, you know.
That's all me. I remember the day she made some cheesecake, and I think you had Score. Was it Score cheesecakes?
Or maybe Oreo.
It was an Oreo cheesecake.
Yeah.
Mighty Father. I didn't know what was. I'm like, what is this? Bro, we're making money. No, there's no way. There's no way you're doing this for free no longer.
But yeah, I heard your throat. But yeah, I have to thank you though, because like I said, he was the reason why I stepped into the entrepreneurial world, because I was giving things away for free.
For free?
Like,
no, bro, that's crack cocaine on the streets, fam.
Can't be giving things.
What are you dealing with, bro? You're we're making some money, fam. There's no more free business, free lasagna, free this, free that, free this. Nah. You're paying. And look at that now. People are willing to pay for how much cheesecake? 6 cheesecake for, I'm not gonna say the price. Go on the Instagram and check the prices.
It's not that bad, y'all.
She will arrange something for you. But yeah, bro, I want my cut. You feel what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up. Guys, thank you for tuning in to the DHomerRealEstate podcast. You can listen to this on Apple Podcasts, or say Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, as well as iHeartRadio and Spotify. You can watch the visuals on YouTube, and again, check out my Instagram at DHomerRealEstate. You can check out my podcast, DHomerRealEstate, and the podcast has the DHomerRealEstate podcast on Instagram as well. If you would like to partner, if you would like to be a collaborator, if you want to be a guest, if you want us to work, if you have the same ambitions that I do, click the link in the bio on the real estate, on the DHomerRealEstate podcast, and click the partnership/collaboration. I'd love for us to build a community here in Canada. The States are doing big things. I love seeing it. I support them. I love it. I love it. But now Canada, I feel like we need to step up to the plate, because there's a lot of us who have questions and want things answered, but there's nowhere to really go. All right. And I hope to bring that here to Canada. So again, support the podcast. And yeah, I love every single person who watches and supports, who gives me calls and DMs me. Shout out to the States people who have reached out. I appreciate you guys. Just unfortunately, I'm here in Canada. And yeah, thank you again for dropping bars.
Y'all go support my husband. Don't let me come for you, eh? I'm joking. I'm like 5'4". Don't even
You guys say that until when she's ready in the heat of battle. You feel what I'm saying? I witnessed it, and I appreciate you for that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go into no details. But yeah. I love you guys. Hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Deuces.